Welcome to the Vet S.O.S podcast. Remember, don't drown in the sea of transition. Grab the Vet S.O.S Lifeline. Today, we're sitting down with a guest who took a bad experience and turned it into a beautiful thing to help others. We're excited to hear this story and share about this amazing organization and the work that she is involved in. Today, I'm joined by the starting All-Star Game American League shortstop, Keith Cassant. How are you doing today, Keith?
I'm doing well. I don't know about America. I'm a Mets fan, so it's National League, but we're garbage right now anyway. But my range is about 2 feet these days, so I'm more of a designated hitter for hard conversations than an actual shortstop, Sean. But how are you? She's making the face. She knows about the Mets. Okay. But yeah, how are you doing today, Sean?
I am doing well. I was not a good infielder. My dad always put me at first base because no one could throw over my head. You know how Little League goes.
That's awesome. And he's about 7 feet tall. If you didn't know, that's why. Hence the can't throw over his head thing.
So I enjoyed playing center field, though. I like being out there in the outfield and just unloading the ball. And hopefully it went where I was trying to throw it. So you know how it goes.
God. I got too bored. I started in outfield, way too boring, so I took up catcher, and then my knees went bad, so then I took up first base.
Knees went bad. I decided to join the Army.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I had bad knees before I even got into the Army. It's true.
Oh boy. And this is like, what is going on? I thought we were going to have a conversation about me.
I am so not thinking that. I'm just thinking, I feel so bad for Keith because he's a Mets fan.
Oh, I know, right? And a Bills fan. So it's just heartbreak all around. Like I'm a glutton for punishment.
Yeah, you need new teams, honey.
I can't. I'm from upstate New York. I got to rep my New
How
Yorkers.
far upstate?
About an hour north of Albany. So I don't know how familiar you are with the area.
Canada.
Pretty much, yeah. I consider myself more almost a Vermontian because we're only about 20 minutes from the Vermont border.
No, anything above Albany is Canada.
Anything above Albany is Canada.
Yeah,
okay.
I'm from about an hour out of the city, and I'm a Yankees fan. Hello, thank you very much.
No,
and
self-respecting New Yorker should be a Yankees fan. Come on now.
Please. But that's why you like the Mets, because you're from Canada. I get it.
Okay. Yeah. Actually, funny enough, the only Mets game I've ever been to is when they played the Toronto Blue Jays back in the day up there and went up to Toronto to see them play.
The truth comes out. The truth comes out. So I got no room to throw any stones. I've been a lifelong Phillies fan, so it's
we had a good stretch for a little bit there.
Yeah, but we're also the last I checked, we're the losingest team in history. At one point they were. There were a lot of bad years. So, all right. So what are we doing? Are we doing a podcast today?
I guess we could.
This is great though with Anissa, because one, she's also a super connector. So like you start talking with her, and next thing you know, she's connecting you with half the world, and you're just having all these amazing conversations. So I do find it funny though, Keith, that you've been bashed now 2 out of 3 podcasts. 2 out of the last 3 podcasts for your location and where you live and what you support.
I know, right? From upstate New York, got bashed for that. I live in Southeast Virginia, got bashed for that. So yeah, we're on a good roll the last couple episodes.
I'm always making friends. What can I tell you?
It's all good. No, it's all good. I love the banter. I love the banter.
All right. So we are actually here to do informational interview. So let's talk to Anissa Hudak, who is the founder of the Phoenix Women Healing Institute, where she helps women heal from the trauma by working with the body, not just the mind. A 2-time sexual trauma survivor and daughter of a Vietnam veteran, Anissa understands trauma firsthand. Her work focuses on helping women break out of survival mode by retraining the nervous system using neurosomatic techniques. Blending science, lived experience, and deep compassion, she helps women move from fear to freedom without re-traumatization. I have decided just now, Keith, that from now on, we're going to let the guests read their own bio because they want to put all these big words in here. So from now on, we're going to make them.
This is the second episode in a row he's had to read more than 3-syllable words, and it's tripping him up. So.
I was military intelligence, 10th grade level.
10th grade, right?
You're being generous.
Very true. Very true. So, Nissa, how you doing?
Just ducky. How are you?
Obviously better than I should be. We're having a blast already. I love these recording sessions. You know, we get to talk to some amazing people, hear amazing stories, and I probably laugh more in this 4 hour block of time than I do most all week. It's just it's so enjoyable. So, um,
It's just his life is that sad, unfortunately. But
I wasn't gonna point that out. Thank you.
yeah.
Thank you for having me on and, sharing your laughter with me. I appreciate it.
yep. Now I got to go back and talk to Paul and get some therapy. Now that Keith is, bashing me and pointing out all my shortcomings.
I can't be the only one getting bashed. Come on.
All right, so one thing that we didn't mention in your bio is that you are also a veteran spouse. So let's start transition. Before we jump into your foundation here, or your institute, go ahead and let us know from the spouse perspective, what was the transition like out of the military?
Um, scary, scary. My husband got just a wild hair. Can I curse?
Yeah.
Yeah. He got a wild hair up his ass one day and said, "I'm gonna retire. There's a job opening. It's what I want to do. I'm gonna do it." Uh, Now, years before we had worked with a particular financial advising company. And so, we had investments, we had, savings, we had stuff. However, the transition is scary no matter what. Are we going to be able to live on um his retirement pay? Um is he going to need a job? How much of a job? How much is he going to need to bring in? Are we going to need additional benefits? Um is he going to get disability? How much is that going to be? Are we going to be able to eat next month? Like, and of course we could, and I knew that. However, it's still kind of like, y- after being in the military for over 23 years, there you get comfortable. Your life is a certain way, and all of a sudden you are literally uprooting all of that. And it's a little nerve-wracking. It really is. And then all of a sudden, um, it's okay. It evens out. Things didn't really change much with with our health insurance. It still kind of acted the same way. And yes, we were able to eat the next month, and everything it was okay. Um, However, the military then throws a lot of things at you. Do you want to do this? Do you want to, one from column A, three from column B? It's like a Chinese food menu, and and so it really takes time to kind of read all the fine print, and that is something I recommend. Please read the fine print. Talk to other people who have already transitioned out. We actually had friends of ours who were transitioning about, I don't know, like, probably 9 years after we did. And we got on a Zoom with them, their, husband and wife, and they were like asking us all these questions. And we were happy to answer because, we had been there, done that, and we knew what that was like. Having a financial advisor, somebody you can bounce things off of. No. Do you need to take VGLI, SBA, blah, 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 all the acronyms? Do you not have to? What's in the best interest of your family? Can you afford to? Really get your resources, bounce it off of people, because it is scary, and there's a lot of stuff the military throws at you. So, and then of course there's the whole VA thing, going in for your, VA appointment, and how much are they going to give you, and that whole thing. Talk to others. It's okay. The only, I think, downside to it is that, I was very accustomed to my husband never being there. And I might have married for that reason alone. Jury's still out on that. However, my husband, retired and became a school teacher.
Oh,
which meant he was home in the summer. And finally, after like the third summer, I said, I'm sorry, you must leave. I don't care if you call post and volunteer for a field exercise. I don't care what you do. Go mop headquarters. I don't give a shit. Just get out of here. Because there is a thing called too much togetherness. And I was not about to do 24/7 with that man for a month, 2 months on end. No, I did not sign up for that.
Oh, I
No.
love it.
So
welcome,
actually,
welcome to our marriage support episode.
right. And so, he actually found himself a summer gig, and he's gone for 6 weeks of the summer. And it's like, oh, praise the Lord. Thank God. Can I pack you? Can you leave early? Like,
Still sending them on mini deployments. Love it.
I mean, could you walk home? Could you walk home? I'll mail you your ruck. Bring all the stuff back, just ruck home.
Oh, I love that.
I don't even know what to say.
Well, I will say, just totally back off. Well, not off topic, but going back to a previous topic. I might be from Canada, but I heard those W's coming out all and talking.
Oh yeah.
And if you schedule time with me, it's coffee talk.
It's coffee talk. There you go. That's great. That I love the candidness and the authenticity in that transition story. I mean, because the fear of the unknown, right? I mean, the spouses feel it too. The whole family feels it. I know my family felt it. I mean, I had my own fears and stuff, but I know it was just as scary for them. And I felt like I was the one vocalizing all my fears, and they were almost not that they weren't able to. I don't know if they just didn't feel comfortable enough to, or if they just didn't know to vocalize them. But I know those same fears were there too. So, transition can be it's a good reminder that it's a family affair, right? And everybody goes through it.
It very much is. I think one of the biggest things that I was surprised with is that whenever you're military, you have instant family. And it doesn't
Yeah.
matter where you are or where you're from, these people become your family. And, it's so amazing. And yet when you transition out, you become part of that club. And the ladies don't call you anymore. And they don't talk to you anymore. And I thought it was very odd how, people won't associate with you after you retire.
Yeah.
And I thought I was crazy. I really did. And I was talking with somebody else who then transitioned out and her husband retired. And she said, all my friends were gone. Nobody would talk to me. And I said, yeah, it's kind of lonely. It's kind of weird until you find another group of folks that have retired. And then, the women are, because we all have that shared experience and we've now retired through, So, it's really interesting how the active duty kind of just write you off. And that's it. You're done. And they don't commiserate with you anymore. So it's a little lonely too.
No, very, very true. Absolutely.
Especially for the spouses. And people don't realize that. I know, I don't know what you guys, I mean, you all shop, swap stories and, whatever. And you all seem to like connect instantly. But for the wives, it's it's an interesting dynamic.
Yeah, but I will also say that dynamic doesn't just occur after the separation. That dynamic's there. I mean, the way men can interact and like literally Keith and I could cuss each other out and then go get a beer later today. That's how men are. We're that simple, whereas women aren't that simple. There's so many things that happen there.
You didn't get the book, did you?
No, they didn't give me the book.
Oh,
See, I have to issue it.
yeah, that's okay. Oh, well, and you know how it is. If the Army doesn't issue it, you don't need it. I mean, that's what my father-in-law told me the day I got married. If his son wasn't issued it, he doesn't need it.
Wow.
I was in a unit. I was actually the first sergeant. S3 captain asked for like family demographics or something. I forget what it was. I forget maybe it was for Neo operations or something. But I put one CIF issued spouse and 2 dismounts.
2 dismounts.
He didn't see the humor in it. I thought it was hysterical.
So, that's awesome.
All right.
Well, I think we're here to talk about an organization, I think, too.
Yeah. But this is going to be one of the weirdest podcasts we've ever had. Is like, what are they talking about?
Well, we're already halfway through. We haven't even gotten to the Phoenix Healing Institute. So,
yeah. We have learned, though, that you got to kick your spouse out of the house for the entire year.
Yes.
I'm not saying it's not a valuable episode.
Yeah. No, this is true. This is true. There's a lot of wisdom there.
A lot of truth in here.
All right. So, yeah, let's jump into the Phoenix Healing Institute. Tell us about this. What are you trying to do with this? What are you doing with this? Tell us all about it.
What am I doing with it? Well, I created it for women who were like me, who couldn't find what they were looking for. I've known PTSD my entire life, and I didn't even realize it. And a lot of folks who are my age also had, a dad who was a non-vet. In my house, Vietnam was a dirty word. We could drop an F-bomb before we could drop the V word. And at the mere mention, I mean, my father's whole demeanor changed. We didn't understand it. And I don't think it was addressed for the non-vets, which is a sin all to itself. And of course, growing up, you don't know any different. Everybody's family is like this, right? Until you realize that it's not. And so, I had that kind of going in the background, and then I jumped from the fry pan right into the fire and became a spouse. And along the way, I had my own personal traumas, 2-time sexual assault survivor. I've lost a child. It's kind of like a really bad Hallmark movie, except my dog hasn't died. I mean, however, it has given me an opportunity to have great empathy for those who really struggle with things. And I've gotten to know, and this is by far not bragging, but I know PTSD intimately. And when I first became a sexual assault survivor, I was looking for resources that just weren't there. Trauma in any form or fashion thrives on silence. And it doesn't matter how you come about your PTSD and your trauma, it thrives on silence. And when you're so isolated and you feel like you're the only one that this has happened to, and you don't even know what it is and what is happening, it's incredibly isolating, and it just breaks down the human spirit. And so after the second time I was sexually assaulted, I sat down and I thought about, okay, what is it that I wanted the first time? What did I need the first time? And what do I want now? And what is available to me and what isn't? Okay, I'm going to go out and create that. Because if I want it, I can't be the only one who needs a community, who wants to be with other women who've experienced similar things. We don't have to sit around and talk about it. We don't need to talk about it. We all know why we're there. 1 out of every 2 women have experienced some sort of sexual violence or harassment in their lives. There's plenty of us.
Yeah.
Military or not. And we need a place where we can just kind of be together. You guys have, the VFW and the American Legion, and you guys can go and be together. You have this shared experience. Team red, white, and blue, whatever. As women, we need a place where we can be together. We don't have to talk about it. Just be. In the meantime, I was learning yoga for PTSD. And my whole goal was I was never going to teach. I only wanted to be safe on my own mat, and I didn't want to go to anybody else's class because I didn't want to be on anybody's schedule because I'm just that girl. And I wound up, I found out that this particular school was offering classes for, they called it PTSD, yoga for warriors. And I thought, I'm here at Fort Riley. I'm like in the belly of the beast. We have a
Duty
huge,
first.
yes,
I did 13 years of 190. Sorry, I didn't interject.
I get it. I get it. Yeah. We live in Manhattan,
Oh,
where
you
the
still do?
yeah, yeah,
Oh, nice. Okay.
yeah, where the livestock outnumber the people.
Yep.
You said it's nice. I have to drive 2 hours to get to a Macy's. What?
Oh, it's
No.
But I love the hunting and the turkey hunting and the fishing was amazing out there. But sorry, totally taking you off the rails.
No, if I can't go to a butcher counter and say, "Wrap that," no,
Yeah.
no. Fishmonger, that's the best kind of fish. Anyway, so I wanted to learn this to bring it back to my community. We had the WTB here, we have active duty, we've got retired. I really wanted to be of service to my community, and I was about halfway through the first day, and I said, "Oh, shit. The first person I'm working on is right here." And I started this self-healing recovery journey. And then once I got a couple of paces ahead, I was able to turn around and help those behind me. I was able to work at the WTB for over 3.5 years, providing them with yoga therapy. One of the most rewarding experiences. I loved it. The guys were hysterical. And then, I was working with women who were like me. I had a private studio here in town, and I was working with women who were like me. And we were all kind of saying the same thing. We feel great after class, after yoga class. However, we go back into talk therapy, we feel like crap again.
Mm.
Now, in this day and age where we've put a man on the moon, how is it that all we have is talk therapy? There's got to be something better. So I started doing literally years of research. And I found these neuro techniques that they all stand on their own. However, when we interweave them, they are amazingly effective, incredibly gentle for the client, quick, 30 days. And you aren't on the talk therapy hamster wheel. You actually get to resolution because we target the part of the brain where the trauma actually resides and it's stored. When you go to talk therapy, you're talking from your conscious. Well, you're only there 5% of your day. How are you going to solve anything in a place where you're only there 5%? You're not. You got to go into the unconscious. And it's not something you can really do yourself. So anyway, I was going to actually have the technique done. And I met a gal online, actually through LinkedIn. And we were talking, and she said, "I do this. Why don't I teach you?" I said, "I can learn how to do this?" She said, "Yeah, and while you go through it, you'll have the experience yourself." I said, "Well, hot damn, sign me up." And it has changed my world. And what's great is that not only has it changed my world, I'm able to now take that and help other women who are like me and change their world. And the beauty is you don't have to relive the incident, that's the big part. Everybody hates to go to talk therapy because they don't want to relive it. I hear you. You don't have to relive it. You don't have to go there. You don't have to talk about it. It's amazing. Probably almost as amazing as sliced bread. So that being said, that's what I'm doing. I'm helping women move the trauma out of their bodies and out of their unconscious and getting them to resolution. I do specialize with sexual trauma. Go figure. However, all trauma is welcome. I do not discriminate. Muggings, car accidents, secondary PTSD if you are a spouse and your husband had PTSD, clowns, dolls, you name it, I do it.
You're muted.
Sorry, I'm muted. I was coughing earlier, so I muted myself until I forgot. So,
You must
what I was trying to
podcast for a
say,
living.
I know. I was trying to say while I was, I mean, so how are you doing it? Like, what's the program? Like, what's the actual steps that people are going through?
So everything is online because, I will tell you that the cattle don't really dig the yoga therapy. However, the bison like it. Don't
Okay.
even ask me how I know that. Anywho, so there's a yoga membership,
That kind of
which
a joke.
ladies
I
can
get it.
join. It's a month-to-month membership. There are live and recorded sessions, some education, community, all kinds of great things there. And, you know, I love what I do. I love that a woman can jump on, if her mind is racing at 3 a.m., she can jump on the mat and she can have me there with her to help her through it. You can't do that at your corner local yoga studio. And you're not going to get, more than likely, the yoga therapy that I teach. And I don't teach, I share it. I don't teach it. Frankly, yoga is an amazing gift, and I just share the gift. I don't teach. The neuro work is all one-on-one. It takes about 30 days. However, because trauma is so insidious and how it rewires neurologically in the brain, all of my packages have a coaching package afterwards, and minimum 6 months. We want to ensure that the new neurology has stuck. And so we have monthly check-ins to make sure that things are going the way they should. So that's what it looks like. The healing journey really looks like, and this is for anyone. You got to come into awareness. And that's the great thing about talk therapy, is that it can bring you into awareness. What are the issues that you're dealing with? What are the patterns you're running? What's the strategies you're using? That kind of stuff. Okay, once you get a handle on that, now we got to progress because there's more to the story. We got to get it out of the body because the body stores it on a molecular level, literally cellular level in the body. Some muscle groups more than others. So we got to move it out of the body. And then we got to move it out of the unconscious because you've already dealt with the conscious in talk therapy. Now we got to get it out of the unconscious. Is there any right or wrong way? No, you could do the unconscious work first and then do the yoga. You could do them together. You could do them yoga, then unconscious, whatever works for you, whatever your needs, healing. So your trauma, your PTSD is as unique as your thumbprint. And so is your healing journey. It is not a one size fits all. And so in some ways it is like a Chinese food menu, You are left to be your own Sherlock Holmes to figure out how best for you to heal. And, unfortunately, I think that's the big sin of it is that, when you get something like cancer, all of a sudden this huge medical team comes in. You've got a specialist for this and you have all these people helping you. However, when your central nervous system goes down, and oh, by the way, it will. What are you given? What kind of advice are you given? Oh, go get a therapist. You're not even told what kind.
Right.
That's a sin. However, I digress.
No, it's all true. And it's just, I will say it's interesting. Like, this is, I think, the third episode in a row, I think, where we're not knocking talk therapy, but we're identifying that it's not the end all be all. And there's other things that need to be done. And I mean, talk therapy has its benefits, but there's things that's not addressing. No, this is great stuff. What do you think, Sean?
I agree. I mean, I was thinking the same thing. Like, oh, this is a theme today, but no, it's fantastic, and I agree that Everybody needs a place they can call their own. They need a place they can feel comfortable. And like we said on earlier episodes, we're bringing you these resources. It's up to you to figure out what the best one is for you, but the important thing is you go find what's best for you. Get the help you need, and there's so many great resources out there. So I'm glad we had this opportunity to sit here and share this.
Yeah,
Well, I
because
appreciate you letting me be here and
we need to
back on the
increase the
meds.
length. Oh, come on now. Anyway, we need to increase the length of our episodes, Sean, because this is like the third episode in a row too that I'm like, we don't have enough time. Because I want to get so much deeper into this. So we might have to have you back on, Anissa, because there's a lot we didn't get to. There was too much knocking of the Mets, unfortunately. So we didn't go nearly as deep as I would have liked. So we need to have you back on. But before we wrap this up, two questions. One, so for all the folks listening, who is your target audience? Like, who folks listening, like if you have X, Y, and Z, you need to reach out to me. And then the second question is, how do folks get in touch with you? How do they sign up for your services and find you?
So I work with women who've experienced trauma. Any age is fine. And I have worked with those who have experienced MST. So I know it, I get it, I understand it. So it's not all sexual trauma. I work with all kinds of trauma. A lot of spouses have secondary PTSD because of their spouse's PTSD. I work with that because, frankly, I know that too. Been there. Nobody gives you a T-shirt for it. And how do people find me? I'm like a bad penny on social media, Phoenix Women Healing. Or you can find me at my website, www.phoenixwomenhealing.com. We recently got phone service out here in Manhattan. It is one of those dial ones. So, you could probably even find my number online. Who knows? But probably my website's the best way to find me. I mean, we just got silverware, and I saw the last wagon pull out about a week
I love
ago.
the Kansas, and I love it. See, and I lived in Junction City when I was out there, so it was like we were even worse than Manhattan. Like, yes, you see the cringe, yeah. So all my Fort Riley folks know the pain.
Yeah, we drove out that one gate, and there were all those girly bars, and I was like, no.
Yeah, I went more towards Milford Lake because again, the fishing and the hunting and everything. But then I had to deal with the artillery range all night long. In my PTSD with the artillery range going off all night long.
I am on the east side, all the way towards Wamego, and I still my pictures rattle on the wall.
Yeah. Okay. Yep.
So it doesn't matter where you are.
No. Yeah. All right, Anissa, it was so great having you on, and we definitely need to bring you back again. Thank you so much for all that you're doing for the community and everything else, and keep doing what you're doing. It's absolutely amazing and much needed in the community for our spouses. So, on behalf of the entire S.O.S. family, we want to thank everyone for spending their time with us today. It's always great having you all along for the ride. Don't forget to check out all of our other episodes and keep coming back for more stories, insight, and support from the Vet S.O.S. crew. If you enjoyed this episode, give us a follow, share the show, tell a friend or two, toss your battle buddies, fire team, shipmates, and wingmen that flotation device that they need in transition so no one drowns in the sea of transition. And as always, grab that Vet S.O.S. Lifeline.